the absence of what?
We've got apologies from Luke.
Oh, yes, well, that's family,
Yes.
isn't it? Okay, agenda item 26.15.2 is to note declarations of interest and request for dispensation to discuss upon a matter in which a member or co-opted member has a disclosable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Does that apply to any councillors here?
No.
Councillor Small isn't. Hasn't returned.
I don't think he's got any.
I don't think so.
Right.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't hold your breath.
On that one.
Yeah, no.
Is he here?
Round of applause.
Is there any declaration of interest, have you, Roger? No?
I feel better.
But no declarations of interest, no? Okay. We'll pass on that one. Thank you very much, Councillor Small.
Sorry.
Okay, agenda item 26.15.3 is the open forum where questions concerning items on the agenda can be put to the council by the public during this period. Matters in which the chair feel require debate and or discussion will be referred to the next committee or council meeting as appropriate. Items not pertaining to the agenda may also be taken at this time at the chair's discretion. The public forum is restricted to 15 minutes and strictly 3 minutes per person unless the chair allows otherwise. Do you have any questions from our members?
Just one quick question, not associated with the agenda, but associated with Manchester Road improvements and the cycle lanes. Is there any plan that you're aware of to try and tackle an improvement of the ludicrous single lane at the Stanleylands right turn going towards Moonslow?
Currently not.
I mean, it was obvious from the beginning it was going to back it up. But
Currently, none that I'm aware of. Have I missed anything?
No. I'm sorry, it's outside of the area.
it is,
Really.
I know
The
it's
whole
just
thing is a
responsible.
subject which is foremost in most people's minds, not least the fact that the cycle lane gives the worst of all advertisements to cycle lanes, and I'm a great fan of cycle lanes. I do believe they have a place, but not the way this one has been designed. And I can assure you that this council gave their viewpoint. In fact, Councillor Petermore did an awful lot of research, and the first thing he found out was that to have a two-way cycle lane was the worst possible thing you could have, and what have we ended up with a two-way cycle lane. I have spoken to a few people, cyclists and such like, and a lot of the professionals won't use it.
Hardly anybody uses it.
They just won't go on it.
You can
That's
drive
the
down.
lights. I totally,
Cars do, yeah.
I totally agree with you. It's just causes mayhem, doesn't it? I have a few battles with highways, and actually that particular junction doesn't come under our remit because it's Wilmslow.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
However, it will not escape my. I think I'll probably only describe it as a diatribe, but we'll be going to highways at some point.
It's
But
as
right
bad.
now, I just need to take one thing at a time, box it off, tick it off, and get rid of it. And so, yes.
Very good.
It's as bad coming from Wilmslow.
I will do my
Yeah.
best.
Thank
It's
you.
the same both ways.
Yeah, it's as bad coming from Wilmslow, turning right onto Summerfields,
Yeah.
because
I know.
one car turning right holds the whole lot up.
Yeah.
It's-
Cyclists don't obey the traffic lights on their cycle lane. They cut across. How someone hasn't been killed yet, I don't know, because it's absolutely
Well, there's all
ridiculous.
sorts of issues. There's issues about coming out of the garden centre.
Yeah.
People driving up. the
Yeah,
back
yeah,
lane.
yeah.
There's been, there's just endless issues with the whole thing. It's just,
My friends on Manchester Road on the other side of the Bluebell lights down towards Wilmslow are all objecting to any further work taking place. They've set up groups,
and I
they're
totally
opposing
agree
it,
with
and you know they're taking it all the way to Cheshire East to drop the bloody cycle lanes.
I walk my neighbour's dog down that road, Manchester Road, and you'll get somebody in the cycle lane, but you've still got people. I don't think people understand it's a two-way.
Yeah.
You've still got people
Yeah.
coming down toward Wilmslow, are in the carriageway, So now you're making it even narrower.
Yeah.
You've got all those car showrooms, the big lorries with all the cars on the back. And yeah, how somebody's not been hurt so far.
Well, this is the thing with the what I call the professional cyclists, the lycra idiots,
brigade, yeah.
that go from the Freemasons' Arms going north through Hamforth, that don't use the cycle lane footpath, which again is an absolute joke, because you have to cross a road which the cars will knock you off your bike, and they don't go onto the footpath or the cycle lane, and the road has been narrowed, so it's even narrower now with cyclists on it. And that's exactly the same with all those bloody traffic bollards that not only do they look an eyesore, they're just horrendous.
You really are. It's like walking down the road.
It's absolute madness. It really is.
Yeah.
It's the humps that get me missing every.
Oh, the speed bumps.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I think we
Can I
all
make a
agree.
very, very
One
quick,
last
a very
comment.
quick point? So, as you say, I was involved in a briefing before I ever started, and I didn't seem to have a clue. I'd done some research. This key bit about having the bikes on the same track. The real problem, which hadn't occurred to me, but you've looked, go to the garden centre. You come to the garden centre. You've got bikes coming from your left on your side of the road, and of course, if you go left, you tend to look right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're clear. Bump.
Yeah.
There's been one accident already.
Yeah.
Where a lady knocked off a bike.
Yeah.
You just
That's
drive up the
madness. That's
side.
why they're not recommended.
But we will address this at some point, I promise.
Thanks.
Okay, nothing else? No?
Touched the nerve there.
26:15. You want to do that now?
So I'll do it now.
Okay. Right, before we go on to agenda item 26:15, I have been thinking long and hard about this, and I want to make a statement. I don't want to have a discussion about this. I don't want to get it, I just want to make a statement.
For the record then.
For record, yes. I would like to comment on an issue that has been ongoing for some time now. As you are all aware, we have a resident who constantly posts on YouTube comments and accusations about the council and continues to call us Hamforth Clown Council. Frankly, it is not right or appropriate for an individual who it would appear has done nothing for this village of any worth, feels it is necessary to criticise, libel and ridicule individuals who give of their time for the benefit of all residents in the village, and all for no recompense. These comments are malicious, misleading, vexatious, and in the main, inaccurate. All residents have the right to come to the council and question the work that we do. They would find that we are open, honest, transparent, and have nothing to hide. And I would encourage any resident with questions or queries to come and speak to us. As I mentioned, no recompense earlier, it's worth saying that many events we set up take a great deal of time to organise, involve many hours of planning and execution, which I know that most residents appreciate. When we were in the village planting up the floral displays, I lost count of the number of residents who came to thank us for all the work we do in the village. You only have to see the turnout on Remembrance Sunday and the lights switch on, followed by the positive comments that we get as a council and individuals to know that things that we do are appreciated by the majority of residents. I would like to thank all councillors and Ashley, our clerk, for the sterling work they all do for Hamforth and the hours of work they put in. I'd also like to read you a response made to a BBC Radio Manchester, because again, this individual has allegedly made a statement or had an interview with BBC Radio Manchester. This is a response from the Town Council. Good afternoon, Charlie. Thank you for your time on the telephone earlier. I understand that a Hamforth resident, AB, has given a radio interview to yourselves at BBC Radio Manchester. On behalf of the council, I will state for the record that the only toxic element who has ever served on the council has been AB himself. I am aware of multiple instances of bullying by AB against members of the previous and now current council members, and of course myself as town clerk. His harassment, bullying and slander is an ongoing campaign by AB in order to undermine any good works by the current town council. I attach a copy of Cheshire East Standards investigation against AB, which found him in breach of the councillor's code of conduct in respect to bullying, amongst other failures to uphold the councillor's code of conduct. AB resigned before Cheshire East Council could implement any sanctions against him. This, of course, leaves a bitter taste in everyone's mouth, considering the cost of the investigation to the taxpayer was circa £110,000. I am of the opinion that AB is a toxic character who is using this opportunity to provided by the BBC to continue his campaign of misinformation about events which were of his own creation and which led to the viral video. Signed by our town clerk. That's all I wish to say about it. I don't want to discuss it. I just wanted the council to be aware of where we stand and what's going on. So let's move on to agenda item 26.15.4. To approve and sign the minutes of HTC's annual meeting of the 12th of May 2026. Does anybody have any problems with those? No?
Madam Chair.
No? Okay, may I have a proposal and a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Small. Yeah, and Councillor Royal. All those in favour? Sorry, I need a drink of water on that one. Okay, thank you. Agenda item 26.15.5 is to approve and sign the minutes of the HTC meeting of the 12th of May 2026. Does anybody have an issue with those? Councillor Small.
Just one short comment, Chair, if I may. On page 5 of the minutes, item 26.13.16 includes update on the Handforth History Trail in production, it says. Fairly recently, Ashley and I and Paul, the village handyman, met with various representatives from St Chad's Church to discuss where the lectern for the old church might be placed in the churchyard. The reps from St Chad's produced a map of the graves within the churchyard. The churchyard is absolutely packed with graves, would you believe, right up to the wall and between and under the yew trees, etc., etc. The only space that we could find was right next to the main church notice board. Yeah, and that's where we hope that the lectern for the Chapel of Ease will go.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I have a proposal in a second, please, to sign the minutes? Proposed by Councillor Royal, seconded by Councillor Chris Thompson. All those in favour? Thank you. Agenda item 26.15.6 is to approve and sign the order of payments for June 2026.
Slight amendment from what I said. That looking major. The water bill was 671.82, not 651.67. I think that was it. Sorry, yeah, it was just that. The water bill just came in a bit late and it turned out slightly different. That was it.
Councillor?
Yes. Readers will note that there are two sets of insurance costs. Yeah, I'd like it to be made a little clearer that that offered by Zurich Municipal HT insurance cover represents cover for the actions of the council itself and the council members, whereas the insurance provided by C&C Insurance Brokers Limited and designated HCYC insurance cover represents cover of these buildings in which we currently sit. And I would like some clarification on if it can be squeezed in, some clarification to that effect.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Now, cast your minds back to the last meeting. Our insurance quotation was £8,800 for joint town council insurance and the community centre. After a lot of thrashing around, a lot of negotiated, we separated it out. So we got our town council cover for 1,100, whatever it says on here, from Zurich again, and an insurance broker covered the building and contents, etc., and all our landlord's responsibilities for 3/4. So it came out, what, £4,000 cheaper than
Well
we
done.
quoted for. So yeah,
Well
we
done.
said we were going to try. And stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well done.
Okay. Anything else by anybody?
No.
I must admit that I would like someone, perhaps myself, to go and visit these football delivery sessions, because the last time I was there, which admittedly is some time ago now, I was totally unimpressed with the instructors. Basically, they left the kids to do whatever they wanted to do. There was no instruction whatsoever. I'd like to see that this money is being properly spent.
Which company do we use?
Okay,
They take over the hall, and they're supposed to be doing football skills. I mean, whether they go out in the summer on there, I don't know. But quite frankly, I think there were 3 of them there, and there were probably only about 8 children. And they were just left to kick the ball about.
I know there's been a change of staff at MFC because a lot of the people that were doing something at the school and are not anymore. We've got different groups of people there.
I'm not against I'm all for kids playing games and doing football and all the rest of it. But here we're paying £495 for something that I've seen that frankly isn't worth the money. If they're not actually teaching the kids skills and doing proper football training with them, then there's no right to be there. So I think it should be addressed.
I concur, because it should be. I've been down twice, and the second time there was only 2 children there, and there was 4 from my FC.
Why are there so few kids there?
Because it's not advertised enough when I spoke to them. Because other than us here, who else knows about it? I mean, we have told the youth club to advertise it, but
There's a lot of children go to other football clubs, you know, because they do matches, they do competitions, and the parents pay.
It's much more structured than what we're offering.
Yeah.
But for the money, we could really do with getting more qualified trainers to give our children.
This is our job, isn't it?
And also to get them to start playing matches.
So where did they play? In there?
Well, yeah, but we have got a pitch.
Right.
It's over
Over
the
the back.
other side.
On that concrete? On that concrete?
When's it on? Do we have these?
Yes.
Excuse me, councillor.
I'm just saying, when's it on? Like,
Sorry?
When's all this free stuff on? Because I didn't know about it.
See what I mean?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Is it Saturday
So I
morning?
think it just needs a bit of a review and a look at and see whether it really is.
One of the things that I'd like to push, if all the council are in agreement, is that we get a little booklet or something that tells us what's on and when, instead of just sticking a notice in the notice board, because we haven't got enough notice boards around for people to see it. But if we have a booklet or something that can be picked up here, given out to the youth club kids and the
So we can
school.
bring to council next time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Could we not add it, you know, the magazine that we all get through the door?
from the doctors.
No, from, who is it? What's on in Winslow? We
Yeah.
you get a magazine free through the
Oh,
door.
yeah, I do.
Well, we do on our estate, that people put in what's on at the church, what's on at the, you know, at the library and everything. Couldn't we advertise in there?
There's all the contact numbers.
Yeah, it gives all the contact numbers, it gives what's on when, it lists every day of the week whatever's in, and I don't know whether you pay for it or what, but that to me,
We'll have a look at that one
Yeah.
as well. Okay.
The thing with kids,
Let's-
because can I just
Sorry,
add to
one
that?
last call.
The thing with kids football is when kids grow up, when they turn 4, they're normally pushed by parents into groups that their mates play in, and that kind of WFA, Wilmslow Football Academy in Wilmslow, run by Eric Garner, is the major one, and then there's Wilmslow Sports, which is the second one.
Yeah.
Gone are the days when there were football teams in Hamforth. It's a long time since there's been a football team in Hamforth. And most kids from the high school go either play at the high school in the kids' teams there, or they'll join one of the football academies. To have 2 guys or 3 guys from Mactown here having a kickabout on a Saturday probably clashes with all the match day games as well. So is it just wasted money? Is it money that we could just go,
That's why I've raised the
do
question.
you know what? Do we need Mactown here anymore?
could we hire out the
I think we
pitch
just need
to
to
8
visit
by
it.
8? And,
But the other
you
thing of
know,
it is,
yeah.
it's a stone
Okay,
pit.
let's not go into too much depth. I think we need to revisit it.
Yeah.
Part of our job is to make sure that we're spending the money of our residents wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I've raised the question. Very quickly, please.
Who and when?
Sorry,
Who and when reviewing it?
I don't know. I'll work it out. And
Otherwise, it'll drift, won't it?
Yeah.
What
I'll
difference,
work it out.
are kicking out, as you say, or changing dramatically?
Okay, so can I have, where are we now? Agenda item 6.
So,
So
the
can I have a
proposal.
proposer and a seconder, please? Thank you, councillor Small and councillor Royal. All those in favour? Agenda item 7 is to approve the order of receipts for May 2026. Anybody have an issue with that, or can we go straight to proposing, or do we have queries?
That's absolutely nonsense.
That's what.
Absolutely nonsense what I sent out. We've actually in receipt of £15,981.58 for the month of May. Sorry. We had that reclaim that came in and have chased a few debtors from this place.
So, on a finance point of view, we're looking quite healthy, Clark.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Keeping our head above water.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
propose
sorry
we
about
accept them.
So these are,
They're all your mostly community centre users. And of course, we've got £10,500 worth of that from last year. We claim our that every year. Just absolutely clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's a bit low. Okay, can I have a proposal and a seconder, please? Thank you very much, councillor Sampson, Christopher Sampson, and councillor Fogarty. All those in favour? Thank you. To receive a report from the PCSO. Over to you, councillor Roy. Do you want to read it or not?
Not anything.
We have money.
Yes,
Send it out.
Chair, can I just, regarding this agenda item, I'm a bit confused actually. Do we or do we not have a PCSO covering Handful?
No.
However, since Scout was left. I understand we have 2 female PCSOs who cover Handful, Jessica Thornley and Lisa Gamble. This is the information I received from Chief Inspector Zoe Bowden, head of Macclesfield Division. Yet someone on YouTube who keeps referring to Handford Town Council as the Clown Council states we don't have a PCSO since Gasser left. And is someone going to impersonate being a PCSO to give this report, which we all know is a criminal offence by impersonating a police officer? Maybe this person should get his facts right before spouting rubbish.
Yes, well, I can clarify. We do definitely have 2 PCSO. I was there with the meeting with yourself, with the Chief Inspector at Macclesfield. We have had the 2 PCSOs sit down here and talk to us. They are not a figment of our imagination. We are in the world of reality, while somebody whose name I will not say obviously lives somewhere else. That's all I will say. We have 2 PCSO. But bear in mind, of course, that we are sharing those PCSOs right across here, Hamforth,
That's free.
yeah.
The Wilms Low.
So the chances of catching a glimpse of them, well, who knows? I don't know how
But
often.
we
I
do
haven't
have-
actually seen them in the
We
video.
do have 2 allocated for.
We have
Officially,
two
yeah.
allocated
So I
without
want to know.
PCSO dedicated to Hamforth and a number of other areas without doubt. And unless those 2 ladies who were sitting there on those 2 seats and came to talk to us are a figment of my imagination, the misinformation that is being spread by the same individual whom I read the statement out about is total rubbish.
Deputy Secretary.
I find the
Deputy
problem.
Secretary.
Excuse me,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
1 second.
I,
Print it off.
Did you want to come back?
Just, I find that a problem with these PCSOs who don't attend meetings. When I was in the job, we told the station sergeant I want to change my shift because I had to attend. Now, why they're not doing that, I don't know.
Well, I believe that our now retired PCSO used to change his shift in order that he would come to the meeting. As chair, I will be requesting that somebody, as a representative from the police force, whether that be the PCSO or somebody else on their behalf, with knowledge, comes to our meeting and answers the questions, because a report is very all fine and good, but if we can't question that report and what's on it, then you're quite right, it seems a little pointless.
Thank you.
Councillor Smith.
In the interim, could I suggest that we change the wording of this standard phrase to receive a report from our PCSOs?
I found it.
Okay, yeah. We do have 2 of them, so yes, no comment. Yes, Councillor Fogarty.
I've read the report that was submitted for this meeting. I'm a little bit concerned that the amount of petty crime, I will say, is on the increase. I do feel this is because their presence is not seen and visible. You know, the children at the school, the shopkeepers in the paddock aren't seeing the same footfall as we once did. I understand why, everything, but my concern is that we're getting a little bit, we're climbing the greasy pole of petty crime and things, and I just worry that this will become well, we can go to Hamforth and nick what we want and do what we want because there's nobody there anymore. Although Gareth wasn't there for everything, it was a number you could get hold of, it was a presence that was visible, and okay, they can't come every day, but surely a day once a fortnight, we should.
I think we need to see records of when they're
Yeah.
actually been here.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
you know, I do feel their presence, even if it's just once a fortnight, we need to see that presence.
I totally agree with you, and that will go in the email. So
Yeah.
yes, but
Yeah.
one thing I'd just like to raise is, since Tesco fitted the barriers and got rid of the lovely little man who used to be the security man on the door and was really lovely and very good.
He's still there, isn't he?
No.
No, well, I haven't seen him. No,
The little ball guy.
is it little
Security.
Black guy.
black hair,
Oh no.
very tiny? It was there
Very good.
every night. And
At Anfield
he's
Dean.
not there anymore.
No.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
Peter, who goes to Tesco's more often than I do, has seen people pinch things off the shelf, run out of the
Right.
door, and Tesco's remit now is they don't follow them, they don't
No.
chase them.
You should see some of the videos that go on in London where they fill baskets up blatantly in front of people,
Yeah, and just walk,
fill
and
and
they
just
don't
walk
run,
out,
they don't
and the
run, they
security
just walk.
guards are there watching them because
All
they
right.
can't do
Oh,
anything.
he was effective.
You're quite right. If one person sees that done, then another person is thinking, oh, I can do that
Yeah.
too. I can, no problem. I think we've got a bit of an issue, and I think perhaps a talk with Tesco is necessary. We can't influence their health and safety practices, and I do understand why they don't want staff to chase people. They don't know what they're going to face these days, and that's the problem, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, we've all seen very recently what's been happening. So I can't question that, but I do really think that somebody standing on the door with a much better deterrent was the word I'm looking for, than a set of barriers.
The problem with these thieves is that they treat the door security like jokes. And there was the famous incident last month of the Morrison's manager who chased the guy out the store, retrieved the goods, and then was sacked by Morrison's for,
Really?
and he'd been a manager there for 24 years. And he was sacked by Morrison's for breaking their rules on apprehending shoplifters. He should have just let them walk out with pounds and pounds worth of goods, but he stopped him, grabbed the basket, took it back. The guy complained and he got sacked.
Yeah, this also happened at little local. A thief takes some stuff out. One of the staff chases after him, gets them, pins them up against the car, takes the stuff back, and takes the stuff back into the store. He didn't get sacked, but he got a good telling off.
It's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's totally wrong.
Woke society.
Yeah. Well, we can't influence their. I can understand it, but I just feel that guy on the door did a lot better job.
Sorry, I've just cast my eye. I mean, forgive me for sounding brutally honest, but when you get reports like this, the Hamforth Parish Council report from
Parish?
well, Hamforth Parish Council report, that's what it's
I
called.
know, and I picked her up on it.
Yeah, but it's still the Hamforth Parish Council. Yeah. And you look at it, and I cast my mind back to when I was a youth many years ago, and just about. But dealing with the police, and we've got an ex-police officer here who thinks exactly the same way that I do about policing in the community. We're not far apart with everything that we say and everything we think. But when you get a PCSO writing a report like this, that's going out to people who they kind of assume we're a bit dim, I would think. I mean, this is wet. It's absolutely wet, you know?
That's why we need somebody here, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Matt Rowbottom wouldn't put something out like this. Matt wouldn't, because I know Matt quite well, and he's a good copper. He's a decent bloke, and he's hard as nails, and he won't take any messing about. But when you've got suspicious male walking up and down the street on South Acre Drive, right? Why was he suspicious? What did he have a swag? Did he have a swag bag over his back? Was in a blue and white striped jumper? Did he have a balaclava on? Why was he suspicious? What did you do about it?
Nothing.
You know.
Well, our police liaison person should write and
Well,
say,
I'd like to talk to them about it. I wish they were here.
well, we'd like to see them face to face.
Exactly.
And I would request that they come to the next meeting.
Yeah.
It sort of ended very abruptly, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did.
But
It just sort of ended. They must have stopped typing at some point.
Yep.
I think as the liaison officer should write a letter and say, we expect a better report than this, and we expect them to come to the town council meeting. And I'll back that up with a.
And we need to express our concern that.
Sorry?
We need to express our concern that events are happening that are unusual for Hamforth.
Absolutely.
Suspicious male on Hampson Crescent. What time of day was it? Why was he suspicious? I'm suspicious when I go to the pub. I'm dodgy as anything when I go to the pub and stumble down the road. But you know,
And yet they wouldn't come to our neighbours who had a door wide open.
Oh, yeah.
And they wanted me to go and investigate
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, suspicious male on Hampson Crescent. Reports of a vehicle pulling up alongside of RP. What's RP? What is RP? Do you know what RP is? What's RP? You know, report of a vehicle pulling up alongside of RP on Woodlands Road. Right? What was suspicious about it? What did you do about it? What time of day was it? What was going on? You know,
No arrest mentioned in any of them.
there's nothing. Theft of motor vehicles, none. Theft from motor vehicles, none. Theft of other thefts. Theft of a phone from a taxi outside Wilmslow Road. Well, did you speak to the taxi driver? Was the taxi driver not in the taxi? Whose phone was it? You know,
Shall we say it's very short on information?
Yeah.
there's no information. It's just, in my view, it's absolute rubbish. It's
It's just listing occurrences which have occurred.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all.
But there's
No
no,
results, no-
I mean, I could do this. I could go. I
no,
could go.
there's no advice.
Man fell out of the railway pub drunk on Tuesday night.
Yeah, there's
Well,
no
okay then.
advice to
Okay.
stop this
It's like
happening
bruising on
again.
the arm. No.
And there's no proof that anything was done about any of it.
No.
You know, it doesn't say arrest followed, interview followed, you know,
And
dismissed
Okay,
and
well,
everything.
let's stop there.
Yeah.
We know exactly what the problem is.
Yeah,
Let's draw all that information together. Let's send a letter to the police. So we're not very happy. We need something, and we want the PCSOs here so that we can ask you pertinent questions.
Or at least one of them.
about what's going on. Yeah.
well, they can't
Does
come at
everybody agree
once.
with that? Yes.
Well,
Karen,
that seems to be the case, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should ask Matt to come, not a PCSO.
Yeah.
Because he's in charge or she's
Well, we
in
can put
charge.
that in the request.
Well, I'll message Matt. I'll drop Matt an email.
We need him to come.
Yeah.
And explain, but also, we were spoilt with Gareth, we all know that. Gareth went more than the mile to accommodate all of us. I wouldn't know these two PCSOs if I fell over them.
Well, they both look identical, so look like a pair of sisters, twins.
But at the end of the day, everybody knew Gareth. He made it his job to be known.
Well, he was
and
always
to
on
be
Facebook,
visible.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Reassuring
Okay,
people.
Right, can we stop, because we're going to go on forever.
Yeah, yeah,
Just make
absolutely.
One last comment. Please remember, Gareth was our dedicated PCSO. He only dealt with Hanford. These two PCSOs, well, they do exist. I repeat, they do exist. Cannot be in Hanford all the time, are not in Hanford all the time, but we need to request that they do. We know what time they have spent in Hanford.
And doing
Because
what?
I think, and what have they been doing?
Excuse me, Chair, they work 12-hour shifts. All right, they've got 4 beats to cover. 2 hours, 2 hours. They all got cars, they all drive.
No, they don't often have a vehicle, they told us that.
They told us they do have vehicles.
No, they said they often don't have a vehicle.
All right.
Because it's given to serving policemen.
But
Okay.
Gareth had
I'm
it.
going to close it down now, because otherwise we're going to go on all night.
Yeah.
So we all know what the issue is, we will do something about it.
Okay.
Okay, agenda item 2659 is to receive an update from the CEC or Hanford Ward councillors. We do not have a report from Hanford Ward councillors. They were asked, but they haven't provided one. However, I do believe that Councillor Moore has been doing some investigation. and
Yeah, can I
has
drag my bit
a
forward to this?
short
I've got-
Update for us.
Yeah, this should have been a motion really, but I'm suggesting that we have, at this bit or a similar bit, we have people reporting things they've spotted, seen, researched throughout the month. In fact, to write email to Ashley so we can read out things that are pertinent and relevant. I'll give you an example which wasn't on that list. Since last meeting, there was an accident on Merton Road.
Okay, can I
No,
cover that?
please, can I just cover that because it's relevant to what I'm saying here.
Yeah, that's all you
Now,
need to say.
No, please. The point being, it's something that was observed by me, and other people could have reported it, but it has an outcome, has a logic towards it, in that a young girl ran out behind a parked vehicle near the Italian, looked the wrong way, it's all on camera, and was hit by a car, quite some speed. Fortunately, she wasn't badly hurt. She could have been easily killed if you saw it. The point being, there's an outcome here that we've been waiting for a sign on the bloody post there, so the guys that book people can book people. The yellow line should be extended, so there's a point to the story, report of an event, and we can then be looking to push these things to be done because of the event. It wasn't on the PCSO's list. It's something that one of us has observed. So I'm suggesting that we all, if we spot something of interest, something's happened, that should be shared with the council and therefore the village effectively, and therefore to put out through the website, Facebook, whatever you like, a report from council of things that have happened in the village in the previous month that are relevant to people and that need action.
Okay,
No,
thank you.
this is
Councillor,
Sorry.
just
Those ward councils get paid.
No, this is
They should be doing the
oh
job.
yeah. This is added to. If they come, fine. This is us adding something to it, which isn't necessarily Cheshire East. Well, they're
I
not going
don't
to come,
want
are
to
they?
turn this into a debate.
I follow where you're
We've got a lot to
going,
get
Pete,
through.
but
With regard to what Councillor Moore has said, I will report that the Lakes Estate roads are being resurfaced week commencing the 17th of August. Derwent, Coniston, Ullswater and Windermere.
Julie Smith put it on Facebook.
Yeah, but not everyone might.
No, I
have
know,
read it.
No.
Councillor Thompson?
Well, can I say one more? It's relevant to the
I
council.
wanted to say to you
Yeah.
that you knew about all this stuff, but we're only hearing about it tonight. So we can't come back and say, well, this is what happened. And this is what I feel, that the councillors here, half of you don't know what's going on.
Well, that's why-
I'm one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
I prefer you not to list up a load of stuff.
Oh, when
to
we
report back
we
to
get
the
it
council,
before the
the
meeting.
same as Councillor Small. Instead, feed it back to Ashley.
Oh, absolutely.
And Ashley
Yeah.
will circulate it to us all before
That's what I'm
the
saying.
meeting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sid.
Well,
We
Yeah.
send anything you've spotted or things are
Okay,
relevant.
stop.
We're going to finish.
No, stop. Councillor Moore jumped the gun because all of these things are going to be covered in the report that I am giving to you in a short while. He is quite right though, there are a lot of things that go on. However, I disagree with what you're saying, Councillor Sampson, because things happen between meetings. And then we tell you at the meeting that something has happened and what we've done about it and what the result is. And I think that's the way it should be handled.
No,
I
I agree. No.
disagree.
No, the point I was making was we get the list before the meeting, we can look at it and then we can discuss things that are relevant to the actioning at the meeting. No, Cindy's right. It's too late then.
Well, if people want to share that information, there's nothing to stop them from emailing the clerk.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, how do we know what's gone on if the person that's been told something doesn't tell anybody and comes to the council meeting with the scenario? We only get to comment
Yeah.
on it then.
Need a week
and it's
earlier.
too late.
Yeah, it to be
Well, it's
before
not
the
too
meeting.
late, but because there's things that will be going on about it.
Well,
I
you've
don't really
already
see where you're
agreed
going
some
with that.
stuff.
Yeah.
That
I'll
hasn't
have-
come to the
Let me take it on
council.
board and think about it, okay? I think,
Well,
I
what
see
do the
where
rest
you're
of the
coming from.
council feel? Do you all feel
There's
well
some things
informed?
I don't know what you're talking about sometimes. I really don't. And when you've been off for a while, you come back and I can't put my hand up and say I agree this, that and the other because nobody knows. I think we should be told what you've just said now. If you see anything, get in touch with Ashley.
Yep.
And then Ashley can send it
Before the
to us.
meeting.
And
Yeah,
then when
yeah,
we come
yeah.
to the meeting,
If,
we
if,
know
if
what's
Ashley's
happening.
got time
If he's got time.
to send an email out,
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's
but to de-tag it from all the attachments that he has and just sends it as an Ashley email,
Yeah, yeah.
incident one.
Things of
in the
interest.
header, things of interest
Okay.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll take it on board
And
and
then it can be
Ashley and I will
circulated.
discuss how that will
Yeah.
actually work in practice. Because Ashley is actually incredibly busy
Oh, I know, yeah.
right now, so
That-
we need to
yeah.
make sure that we don't start bombarding him with stuff.
Mm.
And I would prefer it in action in a different way, but we'll take it on board and then we'll discuss it again.
I mean, there may only be 5 or 6 items in a month, so.
Yeah.
Can I say
Agenda items?
one last thing?
No,
It's relevant to what we're saying. What I'm saying is,
the time is
Cheshire
takes
East,
late.
no, Cheshire East are starting their master plan. And
Yeah.
we've mentioned already, we should be looking at our local plan, which
Yeah.
will impinge upon that. 'Cause they're having, to use their wording, in July, a scoping
Can you
session.
say that for your item 12?
No,
when
finished.
you're going to
No, I'm
talk?
not going back to
Thank
that.
you very much.
That's
Right,
finished.
Councillor Sampson.
Chair, quickly, about 3 months ago, Ward Councillor John Smith made a list of things he discussed with the highways, one of which was bollards on the, as you go through Hanforth, on the right-hand side on that service road. To stop
On the road,
people-
one in front of the shops.
Yes, but on the actual island, if you like to call it. To
Yep.
stop people
Parking.
parking up there.
Yeah.
Because it restricts people reversing out from the bays. Has anything, do we know where we're up to with that?
I'm afraid the ward councillors don't keep me informed or the clerk informed. If we had any information from them, we would pass that out to you, but we haven't.
The only thing I know about it is he used his highways budget allowance, because they all get a highways budget allowance, to put the bollards in.
So have they been approved to go in?
I don't know.
Well,
They might have been approved to go in, but when they go in, it's
communications from our ward councillors,
could be
everything.
any time.
It's exactly what you started with, a load of bollards.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Boom,
let's
boom.
move on to agenda item 261510.
Anyone know the most interesting thing to come out of Cheshire's council?
Say again.
Anyone know the most interesting thing to come out of Cheshire's council?
What?
Their CEO has now disappeared, he's gone, by mutual agreement.
Yeah.
After a 6 months absence.
And paid off then.
The whole lot.
After 6 months absence.
Was he still getting paid his £230,000 for a 3-day week?
Right, okay, let's not open up another debate.
Yeah.
Agenda item 10, please. Provide an update on the Summer Armed Forces Day event for Hanford. Before you start, Councillor Edward Beach, I would like to tell you that the PA system is up and working, and we have
Too late,
4
mate.
new microphones.
Too late.
So
Too late, mate. It's been sorted.
I don't care, I'm announcing it to the world. And you'll be banned from this meeting to keep it.
Please.
How's it going,
Dispute,
Councillor Edwards?
so stop worrying about it.
Where are we up to?
Carry on.
All as well, just as we were before, trotting on, like,
I've got the list of my jobs yet. Oh,
How many
right.
stores have we got?
20.
20 and a bit.
well, I've probably got more than that now. I think the only thing I need to do is like plan out where everyone's going and list of volunteers, and then I can email you all. There's not really much.
You get a big sponsorship from Bentley.
Bentley are bringing one of the vehicles down. So Bentley are coming down with their vehicle to.
Test drive.
So kids can sit in it, adults can sit in it. They bought it so they can, so people can, yeah. So we've been holding off saying anything because we didn't have confirmation yet. But now it's definitely confirmed they're coming. Tesco Handforth have donated some money to the goodie bags for veterans and serving. What else have I got? The marquee is confirmed now, so they're going to set it up on Friday with the tables and chairs as well, and the stage and thing that's getting set up the night before, and we've got a sound system and a sound tech now, so that we don't have to worry about everything. So it's on them if anything goes wrong. So that's it. Good. So far, got any questions, anyone? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, can I just say that
Yeah.
when a certain person was distributing posters throughout the village, there was a shop, who I will not name, that refused to put a poster up. There were quite a few that couldn't put it up because you can't speak to the managers, and they're not allowed. And there are some shops that just, I think the charity shop, they can't put posters up, they're not allowed to. So we've done our best in the village.
We've got some.
But I must admit,
I think you should name and shame them.
To put up a poster.
I think you should name.
I think you should name them.
No.
Give us a
Yeah, we're not
clue.
going down that road.
Give us a clue.
Food shop.
Chances small.
Gianna,
Yes, well-
do you have the Friends of Handforth Station down on your list
We
as a
do.
stall holder?
Yeah.
Is it possible that we could have a stall with a power supply?
That's a bit of a
No,
tricky one.
it's a
I
no.
don't think
It's a
so.
no, it's a no. You can have a free battery back.
Yeah, because we're all quite taken, aren't we? All of them?
No, nobody did. Nobody stopped out. We wanted to put some additional power on our little pump house down at the bottom. Unfortunately, your electrician couldn't do it.
No.
It's not the right circuitry.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so unfortunately we tried, but you couldn't do it.
So we've got the extra two.
Extra external down there is for PA and sound and everything like that.
Yeah, I've told
Right, no,
nobody.
that's it.
I have
That's all.
said that everyone needs to bring their own tables.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah.
we're not providing anything. So that's it.
The volunteers go, Chair.
You can have a chair.
Thank you.
I'll let you.
So we're going to-
What time do you want? What time do you want them at?
9 o'clock we've got to be.
What?
That's what I said, yeah, for 9 o'clock.
You said
That's we have to be at 9 o'clock. What time do you want it to?
Okay. Everybody happy with that? Anybody want to ask any more questions?
No.
Well, just one, sorry, Janet.
Of course.
Would we be able to have a stall that's covered? I got a roof over it.
You need to bring your own.
Yeah.
I've got the arm, right?
gazebo, yeah.
Beryl's got a question, if you ask the question.
I've asked it, I have asked it.
Excellent, I just wanted to make sure, yeah.
Yeah, just a little, we've been given a scooter, almost new, and we're rattling it towards the resident association. And I phoned Ashley this afternoon and said, would it be okay if we bring it, I'll drive it down, the bus will come first with all the people. And I just want a small space where I can rattle this scooter. It's difficult in Oatmeal.
That's fine.
And by the way, I posted loads of your things all over the estate. I didn't do the shops because they're sick and tired of me begging for our own things.
You shut the door when you come round, don't you?
You do.
I see you.
Pull the shutters down.
They're killing my arthritis in my knees and begging. But I still live, and they're all over Oatmeal. All these big posters and
Yeah.
small posters, and they delivered it to everybody in Oatmeal. So you're gonna have a good turnout, I really do believe that, and everybody is interested. You know what I mean? So I just thought, well, I've got about 150 quid up to now, you know, for this scooter, and it's a couple of grand.
What are you wanting to get up to, like?
Well, I think we'd have to get at least £500.
I think you should go for it.
But if I can get in here, you know, just as, all I need is a small table, just to write out, it's £2 a ticket, you know, and if you win for £2, you've got a couple of grand to scooter.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying to Beryl,
I'm sure that won't be an issue.
if she goes in the hallway there,
Yeah.
then it's covered. Maybe the friends of town court could go next to it, you know, because people are going to come in for coffee and.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? If you go in
If
the hallway.
Hanford Station
Yeah.
on a covered place, you can come inside.
No,
Or
they'll have
you
to,
don't have to be outside.
it'd be best to go in the hallway there, because
This is
this is just going to be for the coffee area, because it gets really busy.
And for the kids as well.
Yeah, and the doors are going to be open, but that's it gets so bad. I had to kick people out last year. It's like, can you go now? Just want to go.
And I have mentioned about disabilities, people with undies, if the grass is wet and things like that, is there enough concrete passageways
So,
for them to
I
get
was
through
thinking,
to all the events?
do you know when we go the back doors, like through the hall and then into the back doors,
Mm-hmm.
that's concrete onto the concrete.
It is. It just-
So I was
yeah.
wondering if we
Mm.
could do that for, yeah.
Leave it open all the way
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of building people.
Yeah.
Remember, that have been in he's 96, one guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He says, oh yes, I'd like to come. Too far, and you know, on his, he has a wheelchair, electric. But we've got to make sure he's safe when he gets in here, gets through.
Are the ramps wooden ramps that the chairs can go up?
It's all, so all on
Oh,
this
really?
bit.
No, we don't have that. Everywhere's
So-
level.
Yeah,
How,
it's-
oh, it's level, is it?
Everywhere's level.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there's
No steps.
No, no, it's
Okay.
fully.
Gentlemen, can we move on, please? We still have several items on the
Yeah,
agenda.
sorry, just last thing, I've confirmed obviously with Sue at the pub that disabled parking will be at the pub, so for the likes of the van, the mag bus, if you want to park in there, drop off and then you can park the van
Okay.
at the church, but disabled parking specifically is going to be in the railway, just so then you can go in there.
Any other queries? Speak to Gianna, she's in charge.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to agenda item 26/11. It's receive an update from the recent meeting held with representatives of Hanford Garden Village Development. Councillor Small, I assume.
No, you may not assume that.
Do you want me to
I was
look
only
for it?
pre-
Do
If
you
you
want me
recall, I
to?
was only present for part of the meeting, but I'd like to make a comment. It's always easy to criticise the work that others have done, but I'm afraid, I think this part of the garden village reminds me of a northern mill town rather than a garden village. I mean, look at it, blocks, 4 stories high on each side of the road. Horrible.
No, it's not
The only things which were mentioned in the meeting before I left were things which have been talked about before, and that was getting on with doing certain little jobs to make sure that the overall planning permission would not lapse in September. Those little jobs being the surfacing of the concrete track at the end of Hall Road and improving the footpath under the Dumbbell roundabout overpass.
Mm.
That's all I can recall.
The one thing that stuck out for me was the fact that they're going to leave the mounding situation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They are not going to remove
They
that.
daren't dig that one, do
I
they?
presume because it's stiff under there.
Yeah.
Who knows? We don't know these things. And there was one other thing, and I can't just recall. I did ask them what we could reveal to the public, because we were told there were certain things we couldn't reveal to the public, which we haven't. I can't even remember what they are anyway. But now everything is moving apace. There is a site about the Garden Village, and everything that they are doing is on there, and everything that we discussed is there, is it not?
It is, and I did put it on our website, and there's a link to the Garden Village.
So
I'm sure
anybody
it is.
who
I might
has
be
any
wrong.
queries
Might be
about
wrong.
it, they will be on site later on in the year, aren't they?
Yeah, all the information is on there, and there's a website and everything like that.
There are slight changes to what the plan was, but nothing of any import particularly. It is going ahead, but at slow pace because things have changed dramatically.
Yeah, under the town, you can go to Hanforth Garden Village on our website, and all the information's there.
The one question I didn't ask them, we just ran out of time, we only had an hour, was, is this
I don't
actually
remember
going
either.
to still be what is designated by the government a garden village? And in order to be a garden village, it has to tick certain boxes environmentally. Now, the team that were doing this project prior to the current team had some great plans for environmentally friendly things like underground water tanks, and there was supposed to be a shared communal boiler type system, and all sorts of other things. They're just the things that stand out to me. And I didn't get to ask that question because, as Councillor Small has pointed out, the plans look very kind of, Milltownish. I'm not sure where they're going with it now.
In part,
In part, yes, the
Yeah.
bit that we saw. I can't say I was enamored. It looks great. It's very open. It's very open. It's beautiful. You know, when you look at all the open spaces, it looks as though it could be very nice. But 4-story buildings, not sure.
if I recall correctly, they told us that the MOD site was still not in their possession.
Yeah.
And they had no plans to try to grab the land associated with Beach Farm, the big field next to it, and the block of woodland next to that field.
Yeah.
So that will still be a nice green strip
Yeah. And
between
the other
us and
one
the Age of Fire.
was the what we hope might be a historical museum, but has been taken over by private developers. You know what
You're
I'm talking about? Yeah.
Dairy Farm.
Yes.
Dairy
Dairy House Farm.
Yeah, sorry.
How many
They've
residential
made
properties
the
are on there?
farm- They've made the farm safe, and they've done the bits and pieces that they could do. I think it's now been handed over to whoever owns the land, and it isn't there. I'm not 100% on that one. It's very difficult to get, just 1 second, it's very difficult to get answers when you're talking to 3 different people and they're all coming from different angles, and we're trying to get questions in, and we're stuck for time. Sorry, 1 second,
Yeah, just a
Councillor.
quick one. When the Hanforth Garden Village is built, will Hanforth still be a village, or will it be too big to be a village? Like,
Well,
is
as
that,
far,
because
it's a good question, and quite honestly, I see it as a completely separate entity
and
from
does it
Hanforth.
fall under still the Hanforth Council? So
Yeah.
It's still under
that-
Hanforth Town Council.
Right,
We'll
because
get more
so it's
councillors.
not on, it's not an entity of its own,
No,
right?
No, this is why they're trying to forge links between the Garden Village and Hanforth, i.e. by the cycle track that's supposed to come down, and we don't know what's happening about that now, the improvements of
It's not having any
Hall Road.
it's supposed to be using hold up.
There was an application for a car park, and that is still part of the Garden Village plans, but we don't have, I'm not right, we don't have a plan for that, do we?
No, we don't have a plan, and the planning permission has lapsed.
Yeah,
It's
But-
just that, you
but they
know,
haven't put a new one.
No, they haven't done
No.
that.
do you know when you obviously with village criteria it has to fit certain criteria?
Sorry, say that one
To
again.
be a village, it has to fit a certain criteria, doesn't it? Like schools, like doctor, like I don't know what it is. So would it, that, because of the population, then would it just become a town then, not a village? Does that
Well,
make
the
sense?
point is, this development will have its own school,
Yeah.
it will have its own shops. There are flats above the shops, there will be doctors, or they've been invited, so there should be doctors, because obviously we can't cater for everybody. So it will be a kind of self-contained thing, that's why they want to develop these links. Yes, Councillor.
Just one quick thing, you mentioned it, the best part I understood from that meeting was they're going to increase the size of the school. School,
Yes,
they're going to increase the size, which I
Yes.
thought was a great bonus.
yes, absolutely, we need it, don't
We
we?
need it, definitely.
What? High school or primary?
Oh,
Through.
A throw school?
yeah.
I was going to say we don't need primary, we can't fill them at the moment.
Okay,
Just quick, how many housing plots are on there? How many?
1,500.
1,500.
Yeah.
So that'll mean
It's a
another,
mix though, Tim. It's a mix and not just houses.
yeah,
Everything from townhouses
yeah.
to single
Yeah,
apartments
yeah.
to 2-bed, 3-bed, 4-bed, 5-bed.
So there's a potential of a minimum 1,500 people
Yeah.
living there,
Yeah.
and potentially
Up to
1,200 to 1,500 cars.
And are they gonna,
okay, Councillor Small.
The proposal to build a whole raft of, can't say the words out, cheap housing on the northern edge of the building has run into some problems with planning.
Oh, yes, that's right, stones.
Stone Barn.
Stone Barn.
Yeah.
They were planning to put up some
Affordable.
homes, including homes for social rent, etc.
But these guys won't let them use the road.
Yeah, okay. Any more questions, anybody about Garden Village? Okay, let's move on to agenda item 26, 15, 12. To receive an update of communications working group, Councillor Peterson.
I've done it really, but I'll add on to what I was saying before. I will take the emails and I'll put out the report well ahead of the meeting. So we'll agree a deadline. So I'll email everybody to give some ideas.
Black and white.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
Yeah.
did you say?
He's going to take all the emails.
I've just heard what people are saying.
Put them together.
Well, it's my idea. And so we'll actually work on it. Ashley, perhaps it's unfair.
You're having a female at work.
We can always help you, Councillor.
Thank you.
Well, I don't do anything, so no.
No, don't copy me and I don't want anyone. Is that it?
Just to find quick, I wasn't aware of this one. This is the sort of thing I'm thinking of, where we impart the stuff from Cheshire East, which impinges upon us. So we're aware of things. I didn't know they had now a cabinet system now.
What?
They've got a cabinet to run Cheshire East now,
yes,
where the leader and
Oh,
deputies
yes.
elect 10 members, they pick them.
Yes, so
What's a bit scary is each of those 10 have responsibility and have the power to make decisions on their own. That I
They
found
can be
scary.
challenged by the 2 or 3 councillors if they get.
They will have
So
scrutiny
just
committees,
imagine the
but I
Whittle
wasn't aware of that.
Don't
Yeah.
you dare challenge that, because we want that to go through. This is really democracy in action.
Can I ask you a question? What does
They
that
won't
do
let
for
anyway.
committees?
What do you mean?
So you've got a guy who's now head of planning and whatever,
Yeah.
and you've got a
They'll
planning
still have
committee.
the planning committees. They'll have Northern Planning Committee. They'll still have strategic planning. They always had that.
We've got to have.
But you've now got that guy
It was-
to
it
make
was a-
decisions.
It was a cabinet system up until 2021.
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
And then they changed it over to committee system at great cost. And then they were told that if they wanted to be part of the Unitary Authority with Halton, Warrington, and Cheshire West and Chester, that they had to go back to being a cabinet.
Yeah. It is a government initiative, isn't it?
It is.
Labour
yeah.
pushing it to back
Yeah,
into the
they
game.
have to do it. It's not, they're
I
not
wasn't
just
aware
doing
of
it
that.
at the drop of a hat or a whim, but they have to. They
Yeah.
have to.
Councillor Paul?
Yeah. It's because of that unitary authority thing.
That's
Yeah.
right.
My comments now relate not only to the garden village, but also.
We're not talking about the garden village now.
But
Is it
earlier
communication?
on,
Go on, I'll let you.
Earlier on, somebody mentioned the new local plan and so on. And of course, we need to make a new or an updated neighbourhood.
Yeah,
plan.
absolutely.
I don't know how many councillors know this, but the council received a request from Cheshire East Council to designate new areas within the parish for building. We cheekily suggested the garden village, since progress on that seemed to be incredibly slow. Our second suggestion was the safeguarded land, which is immediately to the southeast of the garden village site. And we also mentioned Noel House site, because we don't know what's going to happen there. That planning application seems to be lost in
I think it's coming to the next planning.
next Northern Planning Committee. It might do. We'll just keep an eye on
Yeah, I
that.
think it's going to local planning.
But if that grinds to a halt, then we would include the Noel House site as a potential site for development. We tried to avoid.
We've been there once and we had some fabulous plans for that place and they were kicked out by a certain.
We've tried to avoid mention of any of the plots of land which are on our northern border and which would fuse us with Greater Manchester.
Okay, anything else? All right, let's move on to agenda item 13, to consider any highway issues in Hampshire. We have a lot of highway issues in Hampshire. It came to my attention 2 weeks ago that a young girl had been knocked down. Very fortunately, she wasn't hurt. And it came to my attention because the driver came into my office to ask us if we had any CCTV footage. And I told her what the rules and regulations were about CCTV footage. And should the case go to court, which I don't think it will, any footage that we have would be requested and provided to the police for that. However, the accident occurred because of the appalling driving and the parking of residents and visitors at the top of Merriton Road, which is a very, very serious problem all through the day and certainly in the evening. Now, after 6 o'clock at night, you can park all the way down the side of Merriton Road, apart from where the double yellow lines are. This provides a really huge problem for people who live on Merriton Road, because this, in essence, reduces the road to a single file traffic situation. It also makes it incredibly difficult for people to see, because a lot of these vehicles are 4x4s, high vehicles, so in order to actually see beyond the vehicle, you've got to actually get yourself in the road to see anything. As far as the businesses are concerned, it creates an even bigger problem for us. And I had an email just the day before yesterday from Review Travel from Christian. Now he exits, I don't know if you can all remember how it works, but there's a hedge, and this is where we come out here behind our building, and Christian comes out of this beyond the hedge onto the main road. What happens is his people are exiting from here. There are cars parked here, so you can't see. There are cars parked there, you can't see that way either. So you have to actually get yourself into the road. That means getting your vehicle, the front of your vehicle, so you can see to the right into the road. And what happened was one of his employees was exiting and narrowly missed hitting a father and child on a bike. The father managed to swerve and avoid him. He couldn't see him. and this is the issue. As soon as that was the second one, I have been escalating, and actually I've been trying very hard to get highways to do something about it. Councillor Moore touched on the fact that we've been waiting for, how many years is it actually for that sign?
For years.
3 years, but at least 3 years, probably since I got voted in 2019, for a sign to go up so that the parking officers can actually enforce the parking. They can enforce the parking on the Italian side of the road because there is a signage there. There is no signage on the lamppost on this side. And I did speak to the parking attendants at great length, and I told them when the best time to come was and how many people were parking there and what and so forth and so on. And I'm absolutely delighted to tell you that I have seen them around in Hamforth more than I've ever seen them before. They have been booking people where they can book them. They've been booking people on the area you were talking about, where you were talking about bollards. They've been booking people over there, and they spoke to the people who were parking from the hairdressers who appear to park there all day, still doing it, so we need to do another leaflet on that one. And they are doing their level best. And when I said to you the other day, I saw a PTSO, I was wrong. It was a parking officer. A parking officer actually walking down to Hamforth at, it would be about 7 o'clock at night. So they have upped the number of parking people that come and do things, which can only help, but it's a very dangerous situation. So I escalated it, and I spoke to Angela at Esther McVeigh's office, and Esther McVeigh has taken up the cudgel, and she has got in touch with the CEO, or the replacement CEO at Cheshire East, and I'm hoping that we will have some response and something will get done. And what I would like to see is double yellow lines all the way down as far as past our hedge, just to the first house, not beyond, not in front of the houses, that wouldn't be fair, to stop people from parking there, and it would make it very much safer for everybody. We have to wait 28 days for Cheshire East to respond. That's the way I've been told things have to work. So those are under review. Hopefully we'll have some response at the next meeting. The other highways issue with Hamforth is of course the bike lane, which is incredibly dangerous. I don't know. I'm not very sure we can do anything about it. I think all we can do is keep raising complaints. And if you remember when we attended that meeting, Councillor Sampson, the Chief Inspector did say to us, we need to raise these incidents on the report, on the site, and the more they have, the more the clout they've got to actually get something done about it. So,
Meriton Road's the access route to the estate, isn't it?
No.
The new estate, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
To
No,
get-
fair,
That's
yeah.
the only way onto that new estate.
well, no, you can actually go down Sagars and then you could turn right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not a way that you would naturally get.
So-
Actually, I was sat waiting for Peter last night, and the number of cars that are coming in
Yeah.
at 5:30, I counted, I think I was sat there for 10 minutes and I counted 35 cars.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, so goodness knows what there was over a couple
But
of
it's the
hours.
easy route onto the estate.
It's the only way.
That wasn't there 5 years ago.
Yes.
So that estate's probably got 200 houses on it.
It's what,
That estate has probably 200 houses on it.
I can't remember the exact number.
Was it
Yeah.
180?
180.
So, that's potentially 180 extra cars going up and down that road every day. 360 if one going in, one going out.
246.
Okay, so that's 500 cars.
I think people
potentially.
thought that when that estate was built, they would open the access road to Clay Lane.
Yeah.
So you would come out to Style
Yeah.
past the nursing home.
Yeah.
But of course, no one realised that Clay Lane is a private road.
Yeah.
And so therefore they couldn't get the access. If they did open that access in a roundabout way, the problem of Meriton Road is solved, because most people will come off the bypass, go through Style, up Clay Lane, straight into the fairways.
It's not likely to happen.
But it's not likely to
because
happen.
The landowner refused access,
Yeah,
so.
So that's the problem.
And to be fair, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he refuse
exactly.
access? Because I wouldn't let people on.
I mean, Clay Lane's a single lane, any case you
Yeah.
can't get two cars down.
Councillor Sampson.
Yeah. Outside, the pedestrian crossing outside the Italian, where the crossing,
Do you mean the disabled access crossing?
I mean, the drop crossing.
the crossing,
Yeah.
yeah. Do we know why there's so many barriers and highways, cones there? Well, not cones, sandbags,
Someone knocked,
barriers.
There's an accident there.
someone knocked down one of the metal,
Yeah, the pole's been knocked down.
someone knocked
Yeah.
down one of the metal bollards
Well,
coming
they-
out of Merton
It's
Road.
been ages and now.
I know. How long does it take them?
It's an insurance job. It's an insurance job. They've got the details and they've taken
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone came out of Merton Road and someone was coming up and,
Yeah.
I will say one thing, that I keep sticking my head above the parapet and going out and making people move, or asking you to move, very politely and never rude. When a person, a gentleman that I spoke to the other day, parked his 4x4 almost across the disabled access, making it very difficult. I very quietly went and knocked on his window and said, you probably don't realise, but you just parked across the disabled access. Very dangerous. And would you mind just moving on? I said, we did have a young girl knocked down here very recently. And his response, that's not my problem, is it? That's what you get. Most people will say, I'm really sorry, I was only here for a few minutes, and I'll say, yeah, I know, but those few minutes you shouldn't be here, because you're blocking somebody's way in or out, so, move. But I was absolutely staggered when this person said that to me, and I walked away very, very angry. I could have said a lot of things, but that really kind of made me think
the parking at
about
Hamples Grange
how selfish
School. Yeah.
people are.
Parking at Hamples Grange School is exactly the same. People park on corners, they're going
Anyway.
around the estate.
You just need to walk past the car with a big metal toolbox
Yeah.
and just accidentally,
No, because then I'd get into trouble.
well, you wouldn't, 'cause you totally accidentally, you parked illegally.
But I will continue to be the one man stick your head up on the parapet. The police keep telling him, Mrs. Moore, stop doing it because you're going to get yourself in trouble. But I will not. Carry on. Agenda item 14, to receive notices and correspondence. Updates from their Parks and Open Spaces group. We had a meeting a couple of weeks ago. Can't remember now. I've had so many meetings, can't remember. But we talked about all sorts of upgrades. There are some things going on in Merrington Park, which all revolve around the plan that was made for Merrington Road Park. Those are going to be happening over the next few months. Before the next meeting, we are all going to do a plan for where we would like extra trees in Hampole, and we are looking at where we can get those trees from, because we get lots of fruit trees from lots of places. Don't think we talked an awful lot about an awful lot of things. Oh, one thing that did come up was somebody had been flying a drone in Merrington Road Park. Have we done that notice? So we are putting up, I'm not sure whether it's done yet, it's been on grandma duty, so out of the loop. It is of course illegal to fly anything within the no-fly zone around Manchester Airport. And I can't remember, Peter, can you remember, was it 2 or 5 miles?
So it covers handful.
It's huge.
It covers handful, certainly.
So we can, if you do see anybody, if you're in the park and you do see somebody, you can tell them that it is illegal, and they will send somebody out from the airport, and the police will come and they'll take it off them.
Has that changed in the last 3 years?
I wouldn't
Because
know, that's all I know is I've seen the map, and it's
There was a guy who used to put Facebook videos on about 3 years ago, used to send his drone right above the flats on the estate down on Spath Lane.
That wouldn't be allowed
It's
now.
illegal.
Well, yeah, I mean, he hasn't done it for about 2 years, but it used to be fascinating looking at all the videos he used to put on. It was really good. But I
We
just wondered-
reported them flying over the school.
Sorry?
We reported them because they used to fly over
Yeah.
the school at playtime.
I think any
So we-
public
Oh,
place,
really?
yes, it's illegal,
Yeah,
any public
Yeah,
place.
a long time ago, yeah.
That chap you're referring to, I've not heard from him because I knew him.
Oh, right, yeah.
Can't
What was his name?
remember his
No.
name now. It's in my phone.
Yeah.
Because I bought a drone and I contacted him and asked him, can he instruct me, show me?
Yeah.
So we met down at Stanley Hall Park, right? And he said, we're not supposed to fly here.
No.
Oh. And he said, I'll prove it to you. And you know what he did? He's registered as a pilot.
Yeah.
Right, aviation, whatever. His drone is registered. Now what he did, he started it up, flipped it up, sent it up above the height it should have been. About 2 minutes later, he gets a phone call on his mobile from the
Yeah,
airport.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get that down now, we'll be come to see you.
Hmm.
That's how strict they are.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Friday,
We really don't want this to turn into a thing. Everybody comes to Hanforth, Mountain Road Park and fly your drones. So we need to just be a bit wary of that one. Updates on the installation of the new building management system at Hanforth Community and Youth Centre. This is the management system for the heating and lighting, which, as you know, currently, well, the heating's switched off right now, but prior to that, prior to when Cheshire East had it, it's just on all the time, costs an arm and a leg, isn't controlled in any way. So the management system will control all those things so that we can bring on individual rooms, put lighting on in individual rooms. Councillor Petermore and myself and Ashley had a quite intense session with one of the 3 quotes, or did we have 4 quotes? The one that looked like it fitted the bill. And Councillor Moore, with all his technical knowledge, made lots and lots of questions, and it seemed to fit the bill. I think we'll do a very good job for us, and so we have appointed that contract, and the deposit has been paid for the management system, which will be installed sometime in August.
No, July.
July, or installed in July. We did agree all those things, charges and costs
Yes.
at the last meeting.
What is the cost of that?
I'm looking at the order of payments, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's on the order of payments somewhere, and that is at 7 something. What's that? 7
Heating, sir, 50% deposit for the BMS installation, 7,525
It'll make its money back though, won't it, easily?
Well, we better have. We've
Yeah,
given
quite a
it
good way
some
of
very
thinking
serious
about that.
attention, and we've looked at everything, and we won't get it back in 12 months. Having said that, I don't know, a friend of ours put some solar panels on his commercial roof, and we told him we'd have a 7-year payback, and he's already got 50% of it back in the first 6 months. So who knows? But we do know it was desperately needed, because we cannot go on throwing heating out through the window. Anybody else?
Did you tell the recipient about the solar panels on the?
Oh, yeah, he's fully aware of all of those things, because that will also come under the building changes that we're going to do. Because that was one of the things I thought we had to do, was to change the roof from a flat roof to something else, with solar panels, but we've been advised that that isn't the thing to do. So these are all the technical things. Do we need to go through that?
Yeah, let me just talk about that. We're not going to do it now, obviously. Well, the biggest thing is, when we said we're going to tender for partial refurbishment of this place, we've now been approached by about 12 companies, and I'm obliged to show each and every single one of them around and ask the same questions about what needs to be done to the place. It's quite time consuming.
Actually, if you want some help, I'm sure some of the councillors.
You can't explain what needs to be
Yeah,
done in the
well,
same
give us
way.
a list of questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
we can feed it back to you.
So I've spoken to our auditor about this,
Mm.
and I said, well, what's happened here? He said, you are lucky. He said, most places only get one or maybe two bids.
Right.
So he says, your market testing is fantastic, you're doing really well. But he did say, I don't want to give council members 12 roughly the same tenders, all for roughly the same price, and ask you to make a decision on it. He suggested that we appoint our CDM, who is Construction Design Management individual, earlier on in the project, so say from July, August onwards, and they will look at the tenders on our behalf. Say, I've worked with that company, they're rubbish. I know who they are. They're shoddy. Don't trust them. They'll whittle it down to say 3 companies that they will recommend to us to make a final decision on. What do you think of that? We won't make a decision on that here and now,
No,
but it's something that we need to think about for our next meeting or something like that, to make an informed decision for ourselves. Do we want to appoint somebody to do that on our behalf? We would have to appoint somebody anyway.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be a bit further down the line of the project, though, if you see what I mean. They act in our best interest. We appoint them, they act on our behalf. They also look after whoever we appoint to do the work to make sure that they're doing the job properly and doing what they're supposed to be doing and on track, on
Can we
target.
give them the job description?
Yeah,
Or do we
yeah.
give them what we want?
The-
And then they produce
They
the job
produce,
description?
they produce the job description and they whittle it down and make sure that everything that we're given is the right information, sort of thing.
Fine.
Yeah. So I think let's have
We'll have a
we're
discussion.
going to have a proper discussion about that next meeting. I was going to just take over to the auditor last week. No, we're fine. The tender's open until the 18th of September, so there's loads of time to deal with it, get somebody
But
appointed.
personally, I don't think, well, I can't think of one person here, apart from Ashley, who is qualified to look at these building quotes. Yes, we can look and go, well, he's cheaper than him, but do we understand all the bits and pieces in it? Well, I certainly do, and I don't want to be responsible for spending, how much are we spending?
£230,000.
£230,000.
Plus Ashley meets them as well.
And then make the wrong decision.
He's met them, and so he'll get a feeling for them as well.
So we need somebody who
And I'm going to
can
meet
go
all.
and
That's
sort
why I
those out,
want to
then bring to
meet
us
those.
3 people out of those 14, we may get one, I don't know.
Yeah.
And bring to us those so we can then look at those in depth.
And then if it needs to go to us, we can take Ashley's record. He was good. He was a bit dodgy.
Indeed.
Yes,
Thank
actually,
you.
you might be one to, yeah,
Yeah.
I've forgotten about you.
Yeah.
You might be one to help out on this one.
Yeah.
But, it is a complex thing.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
very complex thing, and I will not take responsibility for doing that. I will do all I possibly can, but I don't know all the ins and outs of these building things, so that's the logic behind it. Okay, sorry, Councillor Small.
Changing the topic entirely, can I ask what progress has been made with regard to our casual vacancy?
No, at all. It's gone to Cheshire's Council. We have to wait until the 17th of June,
Yeah.
and they will tell us whether an election has been called or not. I hope an election doesn't get called because it will cost us £6,000 to £7,000.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Agenda item 15.
No.
No, go on.
Sorry, right, okay, so a few things have cropped up. Yesterday we had a food hygiene inspection.
Oh,
There are a couple of things we need to do in the kitchen, so me and Paul did today pretty much. Light fittings just need cleaning, the cobweb in the kitchen, this is food hygiene, only in the kitchen area. Resealing the sinks, and within the next month, Paul's going to replace the kickboards in there, and reseal the kickboards.
all right.
Yeah, so we've got 3 jobs that we have to do, basically, and we've done 2 of them, and we've got another month to do the kickboards. So you see,
So 2 tick
so-
up.
so you see Paul about, don't try not to ask him to do too much, he's got to do that now, as well.
Sorry?
He's got to do that as well now, that's another job.
What's a kickboard?
Underneath the cupboards.
Bottom of the cupboards,
Your kitchen plinth
Yeah.
below your doors.
Oh,
yeah,
there.
yeah. Note to everybody, my holiday, I won't be here from the 12th of June
Daytime, that right, isn't it?
in time.
Yeah.
Till the 3rd of July.
Where are you going?
Okay.
Lovely.
I will have access to email if it's absolutely urgent.
No, you won't.
If it's absolutely
Don't
urgent.
email them. Don't want them.
You get bored. Are we having an events meeting on Thursday?
Can do, yeah.
We need one.
I think it doesn't need to be massive, but do we need one, or would it be helpful for you,
Can
Joe?
I have just a quick one?
Yeah? Is that all right? Yeah?
Yeah, straight after,
Just every box?
straight after Natalie.
What?
It's okay for Tom.
I mean, that any last minute details.
Yeah, nothing to, there's only nothing
I can't remember.
to.
I just need to make sure I paid everybody before I go.
Right, so we'll meet on Thursday at 12 o'clock.
I'll keep the
And we'll
room
make the
for what room?
Are you,
Yeah, I've got to.
Ashley,
I've got
Okay,
to.
and
Do not have anybody going, you won't money.
while you're on holiday, are you diverting any of your emails to anybody?
Right, and can
or-
we just finish the meeting?
Now,
please?
what I'll put on my
Agenda item 15, before you start, is the date of the next council meeting, which is the 14th of July, 7:30. Council meeting is now closed. You may talk as much as you wish. Well, you can make a point.
Are you diverting your emails to anyone?
I